What's up, y'all? Manny, Carrera, your real estate resource, and this is episode number 20 of Whiskey Wednesday podcast sessions, where we sit with entrepreneurs, influencers, movers, and shakers over a glass of some fine whiskey. Today, my friends, we're gonna be drinking Stranahan's Colorado whiskey. I said it country just because I feel like you should say country. And I'm going to be joined by my special guest. I'm going to be asking him how he likes his whiskey right now. This gentleman is an entrepreneur and business owner of The Market at Montecillo, Ryan Chavez. What's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to Whiskey Wednesday. I always do that. I cheers and I don't drink. So, what do you think about your whiskey?
It's not bad.
It's not bad, huh?
We're talking about it earlier, and it has a strong flavor to it.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not. So this is a new whiskey that Vitolas just got from Colorado. It's 94% proof. Hopefully we're not slurring halfway through the podcast, but it's really good. We were kind of describing the flavor or the taste right now, and we were all going around, and I think it's the best way to describe it is kind of like a charred barrel taste. So you kind of taste that little char.
It's strong.
Yeah. It's strong, but it's still pretty sweet.
Right.
Maybe like a little barbecue, huh?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, welcome and excited to have you on. I know, you've been making some noise right now with your new business, your new endeavor.
Yeah.
And I think you really have an interesting story. So let's kind of start off with you telling us a little bit about yourself, introducing yourself to everybody that doesn't know who you are.
Right. Well, thanks for having me to begin with. I think this is awesome what you're doing, and we've kind of I've been looking into it, and podcasts are kind of big thing right now. You know?
Yeah, voice in general.
It is, and I think this is really, really nice, and happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
I guess a little bit about myself. Nothing crazy, just a average Joe. Out here just trying to do what I can to get by, and in the process happen to open up a shop and go from there, see how it goes, and kind of living life as it comes and taking the hits as they come,
Yeah, definitely. So, day by day, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool, man. Sure. So tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah.
Who are you from? El Paso?
Yeah.
What is your background?
Born and raised here.
Awesome.
Born and raised in El Paso. Did high school here, all that good stuff.
Where'd you go?
I went to Montwood High School over in the east side of town. Yeah.
Did you play sports?
I did. Yeah,
What'd you play?
I played basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I played basketball.
You look familiar.
Dude, yeah, we said that earlier. Where do we know each other from?
Maybe I played with you.
Did you go to Montwood also?
No, I went to Bel Air, but I played baseball and football.
What year did you graduate?
Just kidding. 07.
Oh, I got you 2008.
Okay.
Maybe that's
so.
Maybe we have probably friends in common.
Yeah, maybe.
That's cool.
Possibly. It's El Paso, right?
Yeah, exactly. Went to high school over on the east side of Montwood. Then I went ahead and I was playing basketball in high school. I played a few years of college in Abilene, Texas.
Nice. How was that?
It was good. It was good and bad. I went to like a really small school. It was the city I wasn't a big fan of, but it was a learning experience. Mm-hmm. I did my time there, and then I headed over to San Antonio, and I finished up my bachelors there in San Antonio, which was fun.
Nice.
Good time there. Learned a lot. And then I've kind of been all over the place. Went to Salt Lake City. Did anesthesia school in Salt Lake City.
Nice.
Which is something else. A really good time there. Had a blast. Weather's awesome. City's awesome.
Utah. Yeah, the water's cold.
The Salt Lake itself.
Yeah. I've gone to Utah also, and we did a whole bunch of outdoor water activities, and the water's freaking cold. It was like summertime too.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's super outdoorsy, which is really cool about that.
It's beautiful.
Climate.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Beautiful place. I could live there if I could. Maybe one day I'll get out there. But Salt Lake City, wonderful spot. I'd recommend it to anybody. It was nice. Yeah. Spent a couple years there. Did some schooling, and then finished up my doctorate in Missouri. So got my anesthesia doctorate in Missouri, and now I'm just practicing. So I practiced anesthesia, and then recently opened up this store, the market in Montecillo.
That's awesome.
So that's in a nutshell, kind of, I guess, my background.
That's like the last couple of years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So what had you kind of moving from city to city?
I've been on the go. I've been on the move since I was probably 18 years old, and probably with the past 2 years I've been pretty stable here in El Paso. Yeah. Maybe a year and a half. Yeah.
Kind of decided this is where you.
Yeah, I've always wanted to come back home. El
Paso's great.
I love El Paso.
Yeah.
I love El Paso, and I think it's starting to catch on in terms of people starting to like it too. Because when I was growing up,
that was
everyone hated El Paso.
Yeah, and especially since we kind of are around the same age, that's really what we grew up with, people wanting to get out of El Paso.
Right, exactly.
And
that was me.
Yeah,
That was me.
I was never like that.
Yeah.
You know, I actually moved to Miami. I was out there for 4 years.
Yeah.
And I never even thought I was going to leave the city because I love El Paso.
Yeah.
But when I left, I was like, I miss my city.
Yeah,
like,
man. It's
there's
crazy.
no place like El Paso. You know?
Yeah, and I think I'm definitely guilty of the stigma that it used to be, and you know, I wanted to get out of here as quick as I could, and I did. But as quick as I left, I quickly just came right back. So, I think you go out, you experience different things, you learn about yourself, you learn about others, and then you decide what you like.
Yeah.
And then you kind of go from there.
You get to pick and choose. And
You get to pick and
take
choose,
control, right?
Exactly.
Of your own destiny. So.
Right. So yeah, that's kind of it's kind of what where I'm at, I guess, right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're practicing right now anesthesiology,
Right.
like
right.
putting people to sleep.
Yeah, put people to sleep. Do like, you know, when the moms are laboring in pain, give them epidurals and do that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
So it's promising and it's rewarding. You know, it's
Yeah.
rewarding to see the outcome and stuff. And you know, I wear a few different hats. You know, I do that, and then I come to the store, and you know, I'm doing other stuff. So it's kind of like, you know,
so you're balancing out the career with the entrepreneurial side of it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what kind of got you started in that mindset of being an entrepreneur, starting your own business? Was there somebody or something that happened that kind of got you in that direction?
You know, I come from a family of, it's blue collar, you know, it's super, you know, my parents still to this day, they're up at 5 in the morning and they're back, you know, they're up, they leave the house early, you know, sun's not even out yet, and then they're back home, you know, 5, 6, so to this day they still do that. And so they've never really had a chance to, you know, explain how a business works, because they've always worked hard for what they have.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they've taught me. So the business aspect, I think, started at an early age when I kind of wanted to do something to make money, and I was not old enough to like work at, you know, Walmart or McDonald's.
Right, you were 16 yet.
Yeah, so
child labor laws.
You know, and I would have worked. You know, I would have worked at 10 years old. But I think that kind of got me in the track of, I wanted to do something for money, and I would do anything for money. You know, I'd wash cars, I'd put flyers around the block.
Careful with that. Careful saying that.
You know, not now, you know. I mean, I probably still would. But, so, you know, I was just this little kid, you know, putting flyers out, and people were like calling me, hey, come wash my car for, I would detail cars, wax them, do the inside outside for $20. Like, that to me was a fortune.
Yeah,
you know, 15, 16 years old.
Especially when you worked hard to make
exactly,
them, right?
It's rewarding, and it was like, it was so nice. So that's kind of, I've always had that kind of that spirit of do what you got to do to get it, you know. And that's kind of, I think it started there, and it kind of always kind of been like that. So I don't know, it's always kind of comes full circle. So yeah,
that's awesome, bro. So you know, you kind of jumped around to different cities. You were kind of just going with the flow, right? You were going everywhere. What was the one thing that made you want to come back to El Paso?
To El Paso?
Because I'm pretty sure anesthesiology, you could do that anywhere.
You can,
right?
You really can. It helps that we're a border city, and the opportunities are better here for that field,
right?
Without a doubt. But you can do it anywhere. You really can, and you kind of balance out lifestyle. Do I want to live in Los Angeles, New York City, and make less money, or come home where all your family is, you know, everything you know, and be with the people that you love, and help grow the city. And so I kind of that was an easy decision for me.
That's definitely like the mission statement. Like that's exactly what I felt too. It's like there's always a pro and con to everything, you know? And a lot of people do see that. A lot of people that have never left will say that, you know, there's more opportunities elsewhere, there's more pay. But it's also the cost of living is completely different, you know? And it really does kind of balance out. It's almost the same going to a big city, but really kind of valuing the relationships. I remember once coming back after 8 months of being out there in Florida, and I just looked at my parents. I was like, dang, they're getting older. And I'm over here. You know, like that, like just had me like a little shook. And I went back and I did another 3 years there, but I was like, damn, like that's something to really think about.
It really is,
life,
it really
life goes on.
Definitely, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So bouncing around to all these cities, what would you say? Which city would be your favorite? Besides El Paso, obviously you're back. You've made the decision that this is the city for you.
You know, it's funny. I spent 4 months in a small city in Colorado, Alamosa, Colorado. Probably the size of.
You didn't drink no.
What?
Stranahan.
Oh, from Colorado. Yeah, no. Maybe they made it because all you can do there is probably drink. But it was such a small city, but it was an intimate city. It was personal. It was I did anesthesia training there, but I would put people to sleep and then I would see them like at the gym, you know, the next day or something. You know, it was so small that you'd go to Walmart or you'd go to like Kroger and you'd see the same people. It was cool. It was a new experience for me. I've never experienced something so small.
So everybody knew who you were. Like, hey, that's a guy who puts people to sleep.
Yeah. You know, and it was nice. It was cool. It was random, but that was probably the funnest time I had. And it was the smallest, you know, city that no one knows about.
Yeah.
And I did a lot there. You know, I would hike a lot. They had cool waterfalls, like weird stuff.
Very scenic, right?
Very scenic.
In
Colorado. And it was actually desert climate Colorado, so it's not like the Colorado you see in pictures like
winter,
Denver. You know, the ski slopes and stuff like that. It was super desert and dry, but it had little hidden oases. So you had to find your spots, and it was super fun, super cool.
That's cool. Yeah. You really get to explore, huh?
Right. Yeah. So I've been to big cities. I've been to big cities: Dallas, you know, Salt Lake City, San Antonio, Missouri, Kansas City. But this little, you know, small town in Colorado, I think took it. It was just took it. You know.
Do you see yourself retiring out here in El Paso, or would you?
You know, I still want to get out.
Yeah.
I still want to get out, and I still want to, you know, I still want to see more. You know, there's still so much more to see.
Definitely.
And you know, I want to spend my time here, and then, you know, get out and then see what happens. And there's so much more to see. Still learn and
definitely.
You know, we'll see what happens.
That's cool, man.
So,
and the good thing is that your career is very universal in pretty much all the cities.
Hope for the most part they don't make, you know, robots or machines that do it for me, because then I'm in trouble. Then I'm in trouble.
Somebody to sleep.
So maybe.
What would you say is probably one of the most rewarding or your favorite parts of this career choice?
You know, there's a whole lot. I have a buddy of mine that I work with, and we always talk about this specifically. You know, like, we're so lucky to have this kind of job where we have someone's lives in our hands, you know, for hours at a time. Today I did a surgery and it lasted 8 hours. And, you know, afterwards you talk to the family, and the family is so grateful that, you know, you took care of their family member. And that's very rewarding, obviously. But, you know, there's so much more that goes into it. And I think the process of putting someone to sleep and seeing it through, and then seeing them afterward, and then seeing them a few days after, and then seeing them a month after, and seeing them recover, I think that's the most rewarding part of it, the process, you know? So it's all fun and games and cool, you know, when you go to sleep, you wake up and the family's happy, successful surgery, but it's even more rewarding to see them a year down the line and they're, you know, doing what they've been wanting to do forever. Something like that. Yeah. That's probably the most rewarding part about it.
I have a lot of buddies that are in law enforcement and in the medical field as well. And they tell me, you know, that like it's crazy how much responsibility they have once they put on that uniform.
It changes. It changes.
And it's also crazy to emotionally, I think mentally also, it can take a toll on you. You know, what are some of the most difficult things that you have to deal with as an anesthesiologist?
I think the obvious responsibility is when someone's asleep, they're all yours. You know, if something goes wrong, it's on you. If something goes right, it's on you also. But
because it could happen where somebody wakes up, right? And
and there's a lot of misconceptions and a lot of, you know, these myths where it's like, oh my god,
I think everybody's scared.
They woke up in the middle of surgery or something, and it can happen.
Like, hey guys, what are you doing?
Yeah, like it's crazy.
Imagine.
Yeah,
you just wake up and everything's out.
Yeah,
it's like holy shit.
There's like a real thing called sleep paralysis, and it happens to me sometimes. Maybe it happens to y'all, but it's kind of like when you're in a dream, but you're like, you feel like you're awake, but you're not awake, and like you feel like you're like gonna.
But you're awake.
But you're awake. You're like your CNS, your central nervous system is awake, but your body can't move. It's called sleep paralysis, and that's what a lot of people describe when they say that they woke up during surgery.
Like they couldn't move.
Yeah, and some of it's true. I mean, I can't say it's not because I know it happens to some people, but you gotta like really be a bad anesthesia provider to let that happen. You really do. So it just doesn't happen these days. It doesn't happen. We have too many like monitors and modalities that we use to make that not happen. So if it's happening to you, you have problems.
Like change your anesthesia.
You have problems, yeah. So
that's insane.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that could be. I remember I broke my nose in like 6th grade.
Yeah.
And they put me to sleep.
Yeah.
They put the thing, and I was like shitting bricks. I was like, oh my god, like if I wake up, well, they have this pipe in my nose, you know.
Yeah.
I was gonna freak out. And I just woke up like super drunk, just wasted.
Exactly.
What are some of those after effects like? Have you seen some pretty funny?
There's a lot of funny ones, but you know, I'd probably be a millionaire right now with as many videos that I can make go viral, but I get in so much trouble.
Bro, there's been a lot of viral videos of like kids on.
Yeah, a lot. And you know, you gotta be like a family member to do it, because if I take a video of someone and post it, I'd get in trouble. It's called HIPAA. There's HIPAA that covers patient privacy. They protect patient privacy. So you can't like you can't have any like photos of patients. So
imagine you go get surgery and you have to worry about nurses putting you on FitFam.
FitFam. Dude, I'm telling you, it's crazy, man. I could be a millionaire and I really could, but no, I won't risk that. But yeah, there's people after surgery. They're like hungover, or no, not even hungover. They're like drunk. They're like a drunk who, you know, don't really know what they're saying, and they say what's on their mind, and it's funny. Yeah. It really is. And then you have the combative ones. It's just like people who get drunk. You have your combative jokes. You have your fun and nice jokes.
Has there been times where you guys have had to maybe restrain people?
Always.
Really?
Always. And it's mostly these young guys like our age who, you know, go to the gym and lift weights and like
so they just
they're
wake
like
up
these macho dudes, and they go
what
crazy.
Did you do to
exactly. And we know when it's coming and we do stuff for it, but people get crazy. People get crazy. Yeah. People get crazy.
That sounds fun. Sounds like a fun.
It's fun. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time for sure. It's a good time.
That's really cool. So kind of talking a little bit about the city, you have a lot of insight just because you've gone out of the city and explored so much.
Yeah.
What would you say are some of the things that, you know, other cities have that El Paso doesn't? Courtesy is so simple.
I think, and we spoke on it earlier, I think overall it's getting to a point where the next generation coming up, and not even like myself, but even the younger generation before or after me, they're starting to actually love the city, love El Paso, and I think that's what we don't have compared to a lot of other cities. You know, these other cities, people love their city, they speak highly of it, and I think most of us are on the way out of the ones who like hate El Paso, and the new ones are coming up and enjoy it. Like we're getting cool stuff in El Paso. I think
they're influencing this group that doesn't like El Paso. They're like,
it's okay now. Yeah, exactly. Because we're getting cool stuff. Like we have a cool Chihuahua stadium. Yeah. We're getting the soccer team. We're getting
West Side's popping
off. You know, and I get it all the time where people are like, the Montecillo area is like this out of town. It reminds me of somewhere out of town.
Yeah, like
it's so colorful.
It's very hipster, artsy, very unique.
Exactly.
It's a whole different feel. You do feel like once you hit that street, you're like outside of El Paso.
Right.
Especially with the views over the valley and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's really nice.
So yeah, I think to answer your question, I think the mindset other places has always been, we love our city, like let's grow with it. Yeah. Whereas here, the oldest mindset has been, let's leave and let's go to a cool city.
Yeah,
and
I hear you.
You know, and it's okay. That's okay. That's you have to go through that, I guess, to, you know, figure it out.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that has changed a lot of people's mindsets. I know for sure one of the main reason why I came back from Miami was for that purpose. I came to visit. I saw how big the city was, and I was like, I need to be part of this. Right. You know, Miami will be there. Right. But for you to be part of the city that you love and grew up in, and be part of that growth, it's just something that you get to look back on, you know. So I think that's really cool, especially with what you're doing too. You want to be part of that footprint that we're going to be leaving. Yeah, I mean, and even if, you know, I don't really, if I have zero influence on what El Paso ends up being 10 years down the road, I don't care, as long as I'm able to you know, influence one person. That's plenty. That's all it takes, you know. So it is what it is. Yeah. So that's cool. That's awesome. So kind of reversing or switching up that same question, what do you think El Paso has that other cities don't? To me, El Paso's a hidden gem. Yeah. It's a hidden gem because there's so much culture here. Especially with Borderland, right? I mean, yeah, and
and it's a very loosely used word, culture. Everyone says El Paso's culture, but what does it really mean? El Paso has the type of culture that you can drive 10 minutes and be like in a totally different part of
You could switch up your
of just total climate. Like,
Yeah.
and when I say climate, I mean people, I mean restaurants, I mean trees, you know, I mean smell.
Yeah.
And that's culture. That's kind of like everything in one. And you have these little pockets everywhere, and I think that's really neat. And I think a lot of it's hidden. There's hidden gems everywhere, and El Paso in general to me is a hidden gem. And it's so far off from anywhere big that it kind of makes it special. You know, you got Phoenix pretty close, you have Albuquerque pretty close, Dallas, San Antonio, but nothing within a 2-hour drive is going to get you to a big city.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is...
We're so close yet so far.
Yeah.
From all the big cities
Right.
and everything. And there's so many little, like you said, there's so many little spots that you can just hit.
Yeah.
30-minute drive can take you, 30 to 45-minute drive, maybe not with traffic now, maybe like an hour.
Yeah, nowadays.
But hour and a half, but you could literally hit one point of the city to the next.
Yeah. It's,
you
it's
could go
huge.
around the whole city.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much through Joe Battle.
375,
through, 375.
It's connected now, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really accessible, and I think that is one of the cool things. There is a lot of diversity here.
There is.
And I think one of the upcoming things too, since you and I are around the same age, you've probably seen it too, is just the amount of entrepreneurship that's coming up too. A lot of business owners, local business owners.
Yeah, it's coming.
Very common for people to start their business now and be successful too.
Right. That's
Which is really cool. I think El Paso has gone in these little phases of growth, but I think right now we're starting to really catch some traction.
Yeah.
You know, even down to the city's plans for the city. You know,
Right.
They really want El Paso to grow.
Right. And
It's
you
pretty
can
badass.
probably speak on this more, but I know I've heard a lot of real estate, especially downtown, has just been swiped up
Yeah.
because these big dogs or these big shots are coming in and
These
they
investors are coming in and
see it.
gutting these buildings and turning them into condos.
They see it,
Turning them into office space. Right now, just in general, the downtown area, the west side, and the far east, as well as Horizon, are the growth.
Yeah.
This is where all the growth is happening.
Right.
You don't have so much in the inner
Central,
city.
yeah.
But it's on the outer city, and it's these big areas, these these kind of, you know, expected areas.
Yeah.
The downtown area to be a downtown area where
It's
you can
feeling
go
like downtown, right? Yeah.
and have some entertainment,
Right.
have some good food, you know, have some drinks. So
For sure.
that's really coming now to El Paso, and I just see it. I'm so fucking excited for the next 10 years. You could cuss, by the way.
Okay, I was
I didn't tell you before.
It's okay.
Yeah, but I'm really excited for the next 10 years. I think El Paso is going to be such a badass city.
Right.
And nobody's going to want to leave.
Right.
And you know what's crazy? Just to kind of show you the depth of El Paso right now, on my social media, I have followers from all over the country. Like, there's people that I've never met from, Kansas that are checking out the houses that I'm posting. I get messages weekly, like, I want to move to El Paso. My job can transfer me over there. I've never even been there, but these houses are badass.
You can get a mansion for like nothing here.
Yeah,
That's
like
why.
200,000, 300,000, and you're
beautiful house.
You're living in $1 million, $2 million
Anywhere else.
house.
Yes, exactly.
It's crazy.
It's nuts, right? These houses popping up are beautiful, and they're going for, you say 200, 300,000, which is crazy for people that live in these big cities to think, like, wow, that's what their houses sell for. There. So
no, I'm telling you, there's so much attention right now in El Paso, especially with all these up and coming artists and people that have been making it, making El Paso known.
Yeah.
There's so much more attention that's coming to the city, and it's really exciting, man. I'm really excited.
It's exciting. I think our kids are going to be the ones to benefit from it, which is the only thing I'm mad about. But
I know.
It's all
Do you have any kids?
I don't. No.
Okay.
No.
Little fuckers. Enjoy all the cool stuff.
They're gonna benefit. Man. Better them than no one, right?
Yeah, definitely. So that's cool, man. So we talked a little bit about your career, where that kind of entrepreneurial mindset came from. Tell us a little bit about Market. What is Market all about, and how long have you guys been in business?
We opened on July 6th,
Awesome.
so it's been about 2 months. We're basically, to be cut and dry, we're a convenient factor. So we're convenient to the Montecillo residents that live in that area, and they're now building homes up the hill just from there. I don't know if you've been by lately, by Bella Homes. So We basically serve Montecillo residents, which consists of the View apartments, Santi dwelling, and the venue. And now all Bella Homes residents. There you go.
Your neighbor, huh?
Yeah, there he is, yeah. He's the guy that set this up. Yeah. So, and he's been in there plenty of times, so we're just trying to be convenient in terms of bridge the gap between getting in your car and driving to Albertsons, Whole Foods, Sprouts, which are places I love. I go there weekly. But if you don't want to get in your car and drive, you can just come stop in and get something similar, if not some of the same products they carry, or we'll deliver it to you. We deliver also. So
nice.
That's as convenient as it can get, like literally taking it to your doorstep. So that's kind of the market in a nutshell.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how did it get started? What kind of got you interested in starting a market overall? Did you work at Albertsons before? Or something?
No, unfortunately.
It would have been cool to say, huh? Like, I worked at Whole Foods for 3 years.
It would be cool. You know what got it started is this. Both of my brothers were roommates in Austin. They lived in a community called Mueller. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's pretty new. It's a small community, very similar to Montecillo in the sense of a bunch of apartments, little shops here and there.
Yeah.
I'm a bigger
They have that a lot out
everywhere,
there.
Yeah.
My sister lived out there in Austin. She lived in the Triangle Apartments or some shit like that.
Okay.
They had like an Italian restaurant right downstairs.
Right downstairs.
She went down the
I
stairs.
think I know where. Is that kind of near downtown?
It's off of Guadalupe.
Not Slaughter. Guadalupe and I know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah,
Triangle.
it's really dope. They're super expensive.
Yeah.
And but the community itself is like really nice.
Yeah.
When she first moved out there, it was like 7 years ago, and we went to go visit her, and I was like, "You're fucking living the life right now. Like I'm jealous of you." Yeah, it's really cool. I like that concept.
It's a cool concept, yeah. And I think that's kind of where the stuff's coming now. Apartments and then something retail underneath.
Yeah. So you saw opportunity.
Well, we'd go visit my brother. I'd go with my parents, and we'd visit my brothers. They lived together, and we'd be out late, or it'd be during the day, and we wanted something quick. And we noticed there was a small market underneath his apartment. Like there were 5 floors or whatever, and there was a little market there. It was called the Mosaic Market. And we'd go in and out. We get our beer, we get our chips, we get whatever we needed, little sandwiches or whatnot. And we always joked about it. Whenever we leave, like, man, it's a cool market. So when I started, I actually used to live in the Montecillo apartments there, and I always joked about it, saying I'm gonna open up a Mosaic Market here, and it was always an idea and just a thought, and then it started to kind of come to life when I started to think, quit talking and start doing something about it. Like I keep, and it's in my mind. I'm like, I keep saying like I want to open up a cool grocery store, but never did it. Just kind of like a lot of stuff in life you say you're gonna do, or like you have ambitions to do.
Ideas
you don't do
are only ideas.
Only ideas.
So you
exactly.
put them into action.
Exactly. So they kind of went from there to me calling my younger brother, who lived in Austin with my older brother, and calling him and saying, "Hey, what do you think if we really did this? Like, let's open up this market. Let's really do this." And he's like, "I'm in. Let's do it." And I was like, "That means you got to move back. You got to move to El Paso." I'm like,
"You're working a full-time job."
Like now this is on you. Like, you really want to do this? Let's do it. Like, I'm in if you're in. He's like, "I'm in." My older brother got the same like kind of spiel. Like, come back. Like, both of you, us three, let's run it. Us three can own it. We'll run it, and we'll go from there. Unfortunately, he couldn't. He's in Austin, and he does his thing there and loves it.
He's like, "I'm just gonna chill here."
Yeah, he's like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
I already have a market here."
Yeah, like, I don't need it. So my younger brother. So long story short, it was literally one day to the next. I called a realtor who was representing that place. We did a walkthrough. A few weeks later, I ended up signing a lease with not even a plan. Not even a plan, just like an idea.
You didn't know where you were gonna get everything from.
Just an idea.
Yeah.
Just an idea that I had a vision, but nothing on paper. So literally signed the lease. That was day one. He's like, you got rent's coming up soon too. Like, I get a little grace period, but it's like this is day one.
Yeah.
And so it just took off from there. Little things here and there. Got contractors, started building out, got ideas, decided what I wanted to carry. Then came my brother. He finally moved down to El Paso in April. So this was about April, like 2 months before we opened. By then we had it kind of built out already. We needed little stuff, like inventorying stuff. So I gave him a big chunk of the responsibility at that point. I said, "You're the general manager. You take care of, the logistics." and that's what he does. The store wouldn't run without him. So my younger brother is the general manager, and he runs stuff, and he's a vital piece of the entire thing. So he's a big piece. So yeah, he moved back. He does his thing there, and I also have my cousin. He's a year younger than me. He works there also. He's in school doing his business in school. So he doesn't. He spends less time there than my brother does. So I'd consider him like he's more like an assistant manager. But my brother is he's just an extension of me. He's like my right hand man. Whatever I need, he knows.
That's awesome.
And so we work well together like that. So it's in the family.
Yeah.
So it's my brother, my cousin, myself, and then now my parents. They want in on the action too. They're like, "Can we work there?
Give me a broom."
So yeah, exactly. They want to do anything. So now my mom likes to go in and help out and stuff. So we're kind of slowly learning what we are. I couldn't lie to you and say we know exactly what we are. We don't know what we are yet. We're still
figuring it out. Yeah.
So,
That's always, I mentioned to you, you just did an event or pop-up on next Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Erica Williams, we had her on the show.
Yeah.
And she just started this year as well,
Yeah.
That's kind of where she was at too, taking it, month by month, because she just started, and I think in that beginning stage, you're still figuring out that kind of direction that you want to go, or the idea, so that's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say are some of the biggest struggles that you faced starting up Market?
None of them. All my struggles have been emotional struggles, if you will. I guess I don't really doubt my spirit to be the best person I can, but there's been plenty of times where I sit down and I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, why did I open up this store? Like, this is way too much work. I don't need to do this.
Yeah.
But then there's days when it's like, I know why I'm doing this, because there's like a goal, and in order to get there, you gotta struggle some. You gotta go through the gutter. You gotta struggle, and if I can come back to that and know like there's a struggle, but there's a reward at the end. Yeah. Then it'll all be worth it.
Yeah, because that time's gonna come anyways.
Right. Right. So, and not just that, I have my brother there. I'm helping him. I have my cousin there. Now I have my parents. It's like we're all together. It's a family thing. It's fun. Like, we have a good time. We spend time. So it all works out.
Yeah. Spending time with the people you love.
Right.
And that's initially what came to mind when you were out of town.
Right.
Like being close to those people.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome, man.
It's fun.
That you have an excuse now to hang out.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't gotta to lie.
Yeah. You're gonna let it kick in. So, kind of talking about goals. You mentioned goals. You have some goals, big goals. What are some of your goals? That you've set for yourself, and how important is it, for entrepreneurs or just people in general to set goals for themselves?
I have this conversation a lot with my brother, for one. He's 6 years younger than me, so he's still kind of learning what he likes. But I think a lot of times young entrepreneurs, if you will, and I'm no expert, I guess I'm an entrepreneur, but I don't see myself as one. I'm just, I just
You're an
regular
entrepreneur,
dude.
buddy.
I think what people tend to forget and don't realize is that there's levels. Like, there's literally levels to anything you do, and a lot of times, and I see it with the new group of upcoming entrepreneurs, and especially someone like my younger brother, his group of people, his generation, is that there's levels, and what I mean by that is, you want to get to level 10, and you're going to start at level 1.
Yeah. It's going to take time.
They want to go to, and I've probably been guilty of this sometimes too, but I see it now more, or I guess I can see it now from an outsider perspective. They want to go from level 1 to level 5, and then from level 5 to level 10.
Yeah.
They don't want to see level 2 through 4. And then
shortcuts, yeah.
And the thing is, like, you have to experience level 2, 3, and 4 to appreciate 5. Mm-hmm. And then when you get to 5, you have to experience 6, 7, 8, 9 to get to 10.
Definitely.
You can't go 1, 5, 10.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people tend to forget that.
It's a lack of patience.
Yeah.
It's really a lack of patience, and I think it's also partly because of our society.
Right.
We live in a world where if something happens to your car, you could just YouTube it and fix it yourself.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
We're living in an information-based world, so for people, information and all that is literally a grasp or a couple finger
Seconds away.
tips away.
Seconds away.
So I think at the same time, the younger generation, not to say that there's anything wrong with this, because it's just an advantage, you know, like this is the best time to live. But I think this younger generations could be a little spoiled too.
Yeah.
You know, and take for granted the hard work that it actually takes to build that business, or even to have the mentality that you have to have. Because I think being an entrepreneur, starting anything, you have to understand that your expectations have to be right. You know?
Exactly.
And your mindset has to be right too. Because there's times where, like you said, you were like, why the fuck am I still doing?
Like,
I don't need to do this. This is so much work.
Exactly.
You know? But having that ultimate goal, that why I need to do it.
Very true. Yeah, I think. I think, and not to say I'm right, because I don't think I'm right, but I guess I'm just speaking on what worked for me. And what worked for me was, you know, literally grinding at the bottom, and like for a long time, and then finally maybe getting a little reward for it, and then grinding, and then getting a little reward for it, and then the reward is what like kept pushing me. And I'm not anything special, but it's gotten me, you know, a little something. You know, I can't say it hasn't done anything for me. You know, the struggle. So you know, you gotta experience some of that hardship to appreciate, you know, the good stuff.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
You know?
I was watching this video the other day with Caleb Maddox and his dad. I don't know if you know who Caleb Maddox is.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's a young entrepreneur. I think he became a millionaire like when he was 13.
Goodness.
So he's an author. He does public speaking. He's crazy. He's badass. But he was talking. His dad was talking, and him and his dad made a video about instant gratification and how it's so dangerous to give that instant gratification, because kids are growing up wanting that. Oh, let me do this, and it's gonna give me this right away. Or I want to start my own business, so I should have $10,000 in the bank next month. You know, that instant gratification. So he talked about the way you know, he raised his son Caleb Maddox, and he would tell him, like when he was 5-6 years old, like, hey, do you want a donut? He's like, yeah, I want the donut. He's like, okay, you can have it, but wait 2 hours. And he'd make him wait, you know. So, but that kind of just taught him, like, you have to wait. The good things take time. Right. You know? For sure. And I think that's something super important. Like, it is. That we were blessed to have, because we came right before that technology. Burst. You know, but. But it's pretty badass. I like it, man. So
it's, you know, each, you know, generation has their thing, and you know, they're gonna be, every generation finds a way to, you know, make their mark.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
They will have, you know, I have no doubt about it. But
no, this is the best. Like I said, this is the best time to live. I think right now, it's just so crazy the direction that we're headed. Right now, I feel like it's headed for a virtual voice based, you know, reality. So it's crazy. Talk to me a little bit about social media. Like, what are some things that you're doing right now for marketing as far as social media? How are you getting your name out there?
So one of our very close partners, and we do a lot of work with her. They're called the Sushi Girl. And the Sushi Girl's in our store.
I wanna have her on the show too.
We'll get her in here. There's two of them, so you're gonna have 2 people.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Double the whiskey.
2 bottles of whiskey. So they we collaborate a lot with them, because they make our meals. So we do ready to go meals in our fridge. It's their fridge that they stock and they kind of take care of, and they have a pretty big following in terms of clients in the city. So they deliver, like, they literally drive their car to house door to door and deliver meals.
That's badass.
Yeah, so they're another, you know, testimony of grinding it out and, like, starting from the bottom, because they started, like, selling burritos, like, for workers, like, at construction places, you know, selling burritos. And then
that's a good market. I'm telling you, because I'm a realtor. I'm around that construction, and I eat burritos too.
You know, exactly. So that's kind of where their story started, and then, long story short, they've gotten to the point now where they're pretty official with what they offer, and they have a good following. They make really good meals. It's high quality, organic, and stuff. So to answer your question on social media, a lot of the stuff we promote is appealing to the eye, and that's half the battle. If it looks good, you want it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like relationships. You know, you look
the
at your
attention span is so small.
Exactly.
It has to catch attention right away.
Yeah. And my brother, he's the one who runs the Instagram account on the market, and he's done a fabulous job. A lot of the stuff he puts out, I really enjoy it. I'm like, man, you do really good. And he's got approached by a few other people like, can you like help us out? Can you do something? Cool. So he does a good job with it. But I think that's the focus of it is put something that someone's gonna be doing this and be like, wait, like what was that? You know, like it's gonna get their attention.
I'm freaking hungry.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
That's cool. So not only appealing, but you do also work a lot with other businesses. It's only 2 months that you've been open, but you've already kind of had that mentality to kind of collab with other local businesses, right? Mm-hmm. So talk to me about that. What is the concept like in market? What kinds of products do you carry? Where are they from?
Yeah, so we carry, our thing is, when I first had the idea and came up with the logo, it was the market, and then it was groceries, wine, and more. So big focus on groceries, big focus on wine, and then more, meaning anything else you can think of. And what it's kind of transitioned into is we are big on wine and big on beer, craft beer specifically.
Okay.
So
is this local beer or
both?
Both.
Both. Okay. A little bit of both. We do a lot of Big Bend, and they're down in down there in Marfa or Alpine. So we do a lot of Big Bend. They do really well. A lot of people like their stuff. We do just a lot of craft, and we've kind of transitioned into a big wine and beer focus, but we're still growing our grocery section of it too. So to get back to the collaboration with other businesses, I'm open to anything.
Yeah.
I'm not putting any limitations. Like we had on next Sunday. Like she sells clothes.
Yeah.
Like she sells like really cool clothes.
How was that event?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great.
I saw in the photos. I wanted to make it too. I promoted it, but I wanted to make it. It's just real estate's tough.
It's a 24/7
demanding job. Yeah.
We're having another one at the end of the month on the 29th of September.
Oh, nice.
We're having more people in there, so we're gonna have probably, I think we're at 5 vendors, or not vendors, 5 small businesses in there doing their thing. So the 29th will be there, so it'll be pretty big. The last one we did was big, and there were just 3 of us in there. So we'll have a few more. So yeah, look forward to that one. But I'm open to anything. Like I'm a grocery store, and I had a girl selling clothes in there. So there's
that's
nothing
awesome,
off the table. Yeah.
My buddy has I don't know if you've heard of it, Viejo Coffee.
Viejo Coffee, yeah. We're trying to get them out there, man. Yeah, we reached out to them.
Ricardo.
I think we can get some together.
Do we have a live up? No. Ricardo. That's really cool. I really love local businesses. Like we were saying, there's so much entrepreneurship and local people starting businesses and becoming business owners now that it's so common, and it's really good to collab, because I think that's really how communities become strong.
Yeah, for sure. So, collaboration, definitely.
That's cool, man. So what is next for you guys? What is next for you? Obviously you have a lot on your plate. What's next for you, and what's next for Market?
There's never really been a solid plan in place to begin with. Like I didn't open up the store with a goal of making $1 million by the end of the year. I didn't open the store with the goal of making $1,000 by the end of the year. I'm just taking it as it comes, and that's kind of how I do everything. I take it as it comes, and if you work hard at something, I'm just a firm believer you get lucky. So the harder you work, the luckier you get, and you can't go wrong working hard, I feel. So if you work hard at something,
it won't hurt
something good will happen.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's kind of where I'm at with it. I don't have any solid specific goals that I need to meet, because this is so new to me, and it's new to us. It's new to my team. So we'll kind
it's
of
really just familiarizing yourself
exactly
with the industry that you're in.
Right.
Because you don't have any Albertsons or
experience.
Market experience,
Yeah, like I don't have any of that. So
that's cool.
It's coming, it's coming along.
Well, that's good. I think overall the concept, you guys are in a good location. I think that whole area Montecillo, we've talked about it, just how it has that out of town feel.
Yeah.
But I think it's a really good area, and you have Alamo right across the street, Topgolf down the street.
Right.
It's just so much.
Those are big names,
Yeah.
Those are big dogs. So
yeah, those are out of town big dogs, right? So there's definitely a lot of potential for you guys, and I'm excited for you guys to see some growth.
Thank you. Yes.
What advice would you have for an aspiring entrepreneur, somebody that is thinking about starting their own business or getting into that, or has that that idea that they just can't
get
turn into reality yet?
Something that kind of stuck with me, and I probably heard it on a podcast or something a while back, was they were saying how it's scary, like it's so scary to venture out into like foreign territory and do something that you're just not familiar with. I love my comfort zone. Like I love my routine in my comfort zone, and the second I start to venture out of it, it's scary. But what this person was saying is that's scary, but what's even scarier is not venturing out into that comfort zone. Big time.
Fucking regret's scary.
Exactly.
That's scary. That keeps me up.
Yeah. And that's kind of what kind of it comes down to is it's scary to step out and try something new, but it's even scarier not to. And I think that would be probably the best advice I can give someone is don't do it. That's fine. Good decision. But if you're going to regret it, a year down the line,
it's the worst.
That's going to be the part that just kills you.
Yeah.
So maybe that's probably
that's deep too, because I'm like I have a Memento Mori tatted on my arm.
Really?
It's under here somewhere, but I think that's just understanding what that means is basically just death, the moment of death.
Right.
It's all around us. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen to all of us.
And for you to do something, or for you not to do something, I think in 20, 30 years, if you never started this, whether it's successful, whether it's not, you would still regret it.
Right.
Not even trying to get that at bat.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe, who knows, maybe not opening this would have led me down a different path and I'd be, the next president. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is where it's at, and this is kind of the path that it's going in.
This could take you to being the mayor of Paso one day.
The Beto.
The Beto, Get you a skateboard.
Exactly.
That's really cool, man. Well, that's good news. I think you really have a good story, man, and I'm excited to see that growth that you're bringing out there to the west side. I always like to kind of end off podcasts with kind of talking a little bit about El Paso. We've talked a lot about El Paso, but what is your favorite restaurant? Favorite place to hang out?
Okay.
Favorite place to go out? Hang out meaning super chill, just like I like to kick it there.
I think.
Go ahead.
Go to
a restaurant. Obviously, there's a lot of.
There's
food.
so many. I like Koze.
Koze's badass.
That's probably my favorite.
Is there one on the west side?
There is. Yeah, it's
right?
off
There's two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been to the east side location?
I've been to both. Yeah.
Which one's?
I like the west side.
West side?
Yeah. I know the chefs
side?
there, and the sushi chefs are really cool. They're really nice people, and I really enjoy the food there.
Koze's really good.
The food is good.
Koze's local too, right?
Yeah. Is
it?
It's not a chain. Yeah, it's not a chain. It's just here in El Paso.
I guess I'm on the podcast.
Yeah, get them in here.
Yeah.
I like Koze a lot. If I had to choose, I'd go eat there.
Favorite dish?
Lately I've been on this pokey thing, man. Like
Poke's bomb, huh?
What is it
Which
about
is the one that we went to?
Pokeworks.
Like,
what is it about it? Like, why is it so good?
It's just hot. It's hot right now.
It's like.
I think in general, like
so good.
El Paso. Yeah, like El Paso in general has just turned. I think over the last 4 years into this healthy city,
sure.
And a lot of people are now trying to eat healthier, going to the gym. There's a lot of gyms popping up everywhere. But I think that's the reason Poke is just so.
It's taken off.
It's convenient, it's quick, and it's healthy. It's good.
It's healthy. I mean, you can't.
It's good
go wrong.
food. It's like.
It's so good. You can't go wrong with Poke.
If I didn't eat right now, I would slow down for some
Poke.
Yeah, Poke's bomb.
Poke's solid. Yeah, I think that's my favorite dish right now. But I like sushi. Like, sushi's my thing.
Yeah.
I can eat sushi all day,
That's badass.
Yeah.
I went to Katsuta yesterday.
What'd you think?
Kazutos badass. They have the best fried rice
They have good stuff
that
there.
I've ever tried
Yeah.
in any sushi place.
They have good stuff there. I don't think I've been there enough to really say a solid opinion because I probably, if I'm gonna go eat somewhere like that, I go to Jose.
yeah.
So-
you don't give anything else a chance.
No one else gets a chance. They get my money every time.
So taking his money, Jose.
Yeah, they can have it.
Now they can have it.
What was next? Hangout?
Yeah, hangout. What's your favorite like hangout spot?
You know, I like the movies, man. Like,
Yeah?
I don't know what it is about, like, me and my,
Are you Alamo?
I like Alamo.
Team Alamo? Yeah.
And I like the Remcon too because they have the reclining seats. Those are
These
nice.
seats are getting like too damn comfortable.
Too
I'm falling
comfy,
asleep
man.
in the damn movie. Like so
Yeah.
comfortable. I'm waking up like, oh shit, I missed that scene.
Yeah, man. For sure. The movies are fun because it's just, I don't know. It's like Sundays going to the movies, man. I don't know, something
It's
about
like a
that's so
tradition,
fun.
huh?
Yeah.
Like it's like a
There's something about it.
holiday. Like you have to do it.
You have to. It's just it's just fun. And I mean, it helps that I love movies. You know, I love any new movie that comes out. So.
What's your most recent movie that you watched that you recommend?
I saw the.
Might take a trip tonight.
I saw Equalizer 2, which is good with Denzel.
Okay.
That one was
I
really
love Denzel in general. He's
Dude,
just
that's my
badass.
man. Denzel's my dude.
He's such a badass.
Training
actor.
Day, like, doesn't get any
Dude,
better
training,
than Training
yeah.
Day. Yeah.
It's like I watched that in prep for real estate.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
kidding.
Every morning, like,
just to get ready. Like, all right, let's go to work.
you wake up extra early.
This is the office.
This is the office. Going up.
You're in my car.
Yeah, man. Denzel's, man. He's the dude. Training Day, or Equalizer was a good one, man. Check that one
Yeah.
out. That's a good movie. That's cool.
That's cool. And what's your favorite place to go out? There's a lot of nightlife, obviously.
There's a
El Paso's
lot
been-
more coming.
Do you go out? You're a tequila guy, so you must go out.
Yeah, I love tequila. Tequila's the cleanest to me. I think that's why I like
It's the healthiest.
It's the healthiest, that's why.
It burns fat, I think, in the agave.
It's the agave, it's just
It's,
clean, it doesn't just... I wake up fine the next morning.
Dude, I used to be such... I don't know what happened. Like, I was telling you that when I go out, my drink of choice is from one extreme to the other. It's like a $45 glass of whiskey, Macallan 18 year.
Yeah.
Or a $6 glass of Hennessy. Like, I'm either one of those two.
Yeah.
It depends on how I'm
The
feeling,
mood,
you know?
what depends on your mood.
Yeah. But I used to drink nothing but tequila.
Really?
Tequila water. And it would do the same. It would keep me hydrated because
Yeah.
I'm drinking water. And I'd wake up fine.
Just fine. And it gets me where I need to be. Like, it gets me buzzed
Yeah.
or drunk quick.
Yeah.
And I just need like a few shots and like I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
You know?
Shots are
And that's it.
tradition out here too. I think
Yeah, exactly.
That's culture.
Exactly. You have to have tequila or whatever shots you want. Favorite spot to go out? Let me think, man. This is tough. I don't go out a lot, but the few places I've been, like, I like Later. I like the music they play there. They play
I don't know what I was gonna say.
solid
I
music.
was thinking you were gonna say later.
I like it there.
Yeah. It's such a cool vibe.
It is, man. Later's fun. I've been to Electric Cactus recently. They play really good
Dude,
music.
I love their setup.
Isn't it nice?
Dude, I love it's so different.
Yeah.
Like all the
big.
lights that they have.
Yeah, the neon lights. That's a new
Mhm.
thing coming in now. New neon lights are like
Yeah.
crazy right now.
But the way they have it set up, like I feel like I'm in Vegas.
because of that, they have like a little tiered like light around the
The
bar.
yellow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
really cool.
Have you guys seen it?
Electric.
It's nice.
I think I'm big on music. So if the music is, if it's good music to me, if I like it, then I'm totally vibing out. Like I'm having a good time. It doesn't matter what else is going on. If the music's good, it doesn't matter where I'm at. So wherever they play good music, I can go. So
That's badass. Yeah, I'm a music guy too. I love Later.
There's fun.
Like that's one of my favorite places
Yeah,
to go.
I like it.
Do you ever go out to the east side?
Like Tipsy Tiger and stuff. I've been to Tipsy Tiger,
Yeah.
and man, it was a mess out there. It's crazy.
That place is fun.
Yeah, it was like probably like on a New Year's or not or Christmas Eve or something, but it was just so packed.
Yeah. Well, those are the go-to spots on the
Tipsy
east
Tigers.
side. Some of the new ones are Dirty Sanchez and Bar.
Born and Raised. I've been to Born and Raised, which is cool.
For brunch.
Yeah.
They're having like brunch every 2 weeks. And
Oh, okay.
It's so weird.
Brunch.
No,
Oh,
it's
like the
dangerous,
brunch,
bro.
like the old
Fit
G2
Fam-
brunch.
Fit Fam Artillery.
Going crazy.
You wake up from
You might be
night
on
of
Fit
brunch
Fam?
and there's like 80 videos of people just
They're like
making
the
a
new
full-
World Star.
Yeah, it is. It's El Paso World Star. It's crazy.
That's so funny.
Cool, man. So tell audience listening on iTunes and Spotify and YouTube where they can find you for your brand, and if you'd like to throw your own personal handle out too.
Yeah, well, our Instagram is at the market at Montecillo, so it's just one word, the market at Montecillo. That's probably where we get most of our traffic,
On
social
Instagram?
media wise. Yeah, we're located in the Montecillo, kind of like what we spoke about, and people don't know where that is. That's where Top Golf is, an Alamo Draft House, to probably make it easier. Right off of Mesa, between Mesa and Sunland Park, new community there. Down the hill, because they get confused sometimes, because they say we went up to Malalam, it's called Time, the Time at Montecillo,
the Time,
like Independent Burger and stuff. They're like, we were up there, we couldn't find you, but we're actually down the hill near. There's a new little development down there, so we're kind of hidden. We're tucked away.
that area is growing.
Yeah, it's growing,
and a lot of those places have some nice views, huh?
Yeah,
even
man.
you have some nice views, huh?
You probably get a good view where you stay. Yeah.
Have you seen where he stays?
I know more or less the area, and they look.
What's your address? We could say that.
We can hit you up. Yeah, that's where we're at. What else? I don't have an Instagram, so
Oh, you don't?
I'm lame, man. I'm like a boring guy. So
Lame.
yeah, just hit us up there. Yeah, we'll be there. Market in Montecillo, and
Cool. Any upcoming events? Anything?
the 29th we're having one. We're gonna have some vendors in there, or we'll have some people in there. We're just gonna have a good time. Like, we have the music going. We're gonna have sushi. So the Sushi Girl will be there.
Sushi Girl.
Making
Fresh, right?
Yeah,
She's
fresh,
making it
right in front
fresh.
of you. Like right in front of you, you get we have
Little cozy feel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, the Sushi Girl is actually a sushi chef by trade. So she's a sushi chef, but they've ventured out now into like meal prep. But sushi is her thing.
That's her.
So we literally set up a table. She rolls in front of people and like, here you go, here's your fresh sushi.
That's badass.
And so we'll have them there. We'll have Onyx Sunday. She'll be doing her thing with the clothes.
Shout out Erica.
Shout out Erica for sure. Shout out Sushi Girl, Gabby Cynthia, and then we'll have Wildflower. She's a local baker. She's a little bakery. She does little good sweets.
Baked goods.
Yeah, baked goods, sweets. She'll be there. Clever Coffee will be there. A small coffee business, and then Exo Cosmetics. They'll be there also.
Awesome.
So we'll have some. Yeah, like I say, we're gonna have a bunch of random stuff in there, but it'll be a good time.
Nice
And wine
little
tasting.
melting pot.
Yeah, we'll have wine tasting. So
That's cool.
free wine. So that might be good
Get
people out
tipsy.
there. Yeah. And yeah.
Get tipsy and stock up on the groceries. Huh?
Exactly. Yeah. Bring it in.
That's cool, man. Well,
Yeah.
Ryan, I really appreciate you stopping by on the show.
Yeah.
For those of you guys viewing, make sure you guys tune in next Wednesday and check out Ryan's entire story on the market and kind of a little bit background of you.
Yeah.
But really excited for you, man. Hopefully we could do a follow-up show
Yeah, dude,
in a year.
thanks for having me, and hopefully in a year, I'm not all gray and I'm like, I hate what I do. So.
Why did I continue?
Yeah.
We're gonna see him 10 years older looking, huh? Next year.
Thanks for having me, though. I really
Yeah.
appreciate coming on. And this is,
course,
like
man.
I say, podcast. You're doing your thing, and it's really awesome, man. I
definitely.
salute you for what you're doing.
Appreciate you, man.
Great
Thank
time.
you, brother. Appreciate
Thank
you,
sir.
man.
Yeah,
Thanks
for
having
sure.
me.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.